Welcome back to Coasters Over 40, the series where I rank thrill rides based on how they actually feel when you're not a flexible teenager anymore. Today we're ranking the top 10 coasters at Kings Island, one of my favorite parks. I don't just rank these on vibe. I rank each ride in 3 categories based on a 1 to 10 scale. Physical comfort, fun factor, and re-rideability. Then I add in 0 to 10 flexible bonus points for things like elite theming, unique aspects, or other hard to score elements. I put this all together to get my overall body weighted score. We'll kick things off in the red zone with rides you can safely skip, right after this. Coming in at number 10 is Flight of Fear. I'm a huge fan of the alien hangar and the flying saucer in the queue, and the historical significance can't be ignored. This is one of the world's very first electromagnetic LIM launch coasters. But let's be real, a janky ride is a janky ride. The launch is fantastic, but the second that's over, the old boxy Premier trains make you feel like a shoe in a clothes dryer. Add in a mid-course trim break that nearly brings the ride to a dead stop, and it's just not a comfortable experience. Moving on to number 9, we have Adventure Express. This is easily the best themed Aero mine train I've been on, giving off classic immersive Disney vibes. It winds through interesting wooded terrain, and at these fun, albeit slow speeds, it at least isn't actively hurting your lower back. The real highlight is the spectacular interior lift hill at the end, complete with stone gods threatening your doom, even if the payoff is an underwhelming drop into the final brake run. Number 8 with Queen City Stunt Coaster. This model used to be themed after the Italian Job. Remember that movie? Yeah, I don't either. Kings Island recently gave it a hometown refresh, turning the layout into a cinematic stunt run through the streets of Cincinnati. You launch at 40 miles per hour straight into a neat little 3-story helix that pulls some surprising positive G-forces. The lack of working special effects is disappointing, but dropping into a dark tunnel is a nice finish for this mid-tier launcher, even if the cramped car isn't the most comfortable ride. At number 7 we get another old Aero, this time a suspended coaster in the Bat, and yet another boxy old-style coaster train. You might notice a trend that the rides at the bottom feature trains built for anything but comfort, but at least the Bat, well, it has some style. The over 40 crowd might need a quick cardio break on the famously long hike just to reach the station, but the unique free-swinging cars and excellent use of terrain make this one worth a whirl. I went into number 6 expecting a typical rough old wooden coaster, but the Racer absolutely shocked me. I was nervous climbing the lift hill, but the second we dropped, I was grinning ear to ear. I don't know if this coaster is on GLP-1s or a steady diet of gravity group track, but this sucker is in shape. Whatever maintenance schedule Kings Island has this thing on, every other seasonal park needs to copy it immediately. I'm looking at you, American Eagle. I braced for a rough landing at the bottom of the first drop, but it never came. It maintained a smooth, comfortable, and classic ride from start to finish. There's just something about a good old wooden coaster full of camelbacks and turnarounds that just works. Before we hit the top 5, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, along with my deep dives into park strategy and what makes a theme park trip truly magical. We kick off the top 5 with a B&M inverted looper that is not a Batman clone, Banshee. I really appreciate the massive, drawn-out, flowing layout here. Unlike standard whippy inverts, Banshee uses its massive length to deliver a completely different, graceful experience. The unique vest restraints are a bit of a blessing and a curse. They completely eliminate the classic B&M headbanging, but they tend to tighten up and lock down against your chest as the ride progresses. Combined with some heavy, sustained G-forces, it can be a bit demanding on a 40-plus body, but it's still an incredibly strong ride. The much-vaunted Beast takes the number 4 spot. Old wooden coasters are usually a brutal test of endurance for the over 40 rider, notorious for compressing vertebrae in the valleys or rattling your jaw on the turnarounds. But much like the Racer, Kings Island takes maintenance seriously. They brought in the gravity group to completely re-engineer the high-stress structural sections, successfully removing the potholes while keeping the thundering wooden momentum alive. It also earns my maximum score for the fun factor, thanks to its legendary night ride. Flying through the pitch-black woods into that massive roaring double helix tunnel is a bucket list experience that completely lives up to the hype. I hope they keep maintaining it so I can eventually launch a Coasters Over 80 series and still speak highly of it. Now for the top 3, we enter the green zone, the best of the best. For numbers 2 and 3, we have my first ever statistical tie, so this choice comes entirely down to the vibe. And that vibe puts Orion at number 3. Now I am a self-proclaimed B&M clamshell restraint glazer. The comfort level is as good as it gets, and seeing a massive 300-foot Giga Coaster dominate the skyline is breathtaking. The Sci-Fi Area 52 queue line is excellent, and the 300-foot drop delivers spectacular negative Gs. It smoothly glides through overbanked turns and airtime hills, offering that pure feeling of flying. My only critique is that the layout feels a bit vanilla compared to the compact, hyper-twister layout of my home park favorite, Raging Bull. It's an elite, incredibly repeatable machine, but it leaves you wanting just a little bit more. The ride that broke that tie and grabbed the number 2 spot is Mystic Timbers. I fell in love with the creepy, mystery-shrouded aesthetic the second I saw the entrance sign, but the actual ride? Absolute perfection. These modern GCI wooden coasters use Millennium Flyer trains that move in ways old Woodies simply can't. You crest a slow, traditional lift hill, hit a sharply banked first drop, and it goes completely nuts from there. It features a relentless, tight, back-and-forth layout, packed with quick pops of airtime, yet it maintains a level of smooth comfort that is an absolute miracle for an older back. And say what you will about the shed at the brake run. Using theme projection storytelling to entertain riders while waiting for the station to clear is just pure fun. That leaves us with number 1. My top coaster at Kings Island is Invertigo. Okay, no it's not. Thankfully it was closed that day, so I didn't have to risk my neck, though I would have loved to see its original 90s face-off theme. The true number 1 is Diamondback. I love B&M Hypers, and Diamondback features a unique staggered, stadium-style seating arrangement. By pulling the outer 2 seats back into a V shape, it completely solves the middle seat view problem. It gives you a flawless open-air view of the woods. And the elongated, stretched-out trains mean the back row gets absolutely yanked over the 215-foot drop like a wet noodle. While the front row is best for the view and comfort, the back row is best for sustained airtime. And this layout is nothing but airtime hill after airtime hill. Some people find that repetitive, but I could do this all day. It combines infinite clamshell comfort, majestic speed, and a beautiful off-ride water splashdown. Diamondback is a masterpiece my over 40 body can marathon all day long, and that is exactly why it sits comfortably at the very top of the Kings Island grid with an impressive 9.2 body-weighted score. And there you have it. The rankings here are just a piece of the pie, as I'm currently logging all the coasters I've ridden in a master database, and will have future comparisons outside the restraints of a particular park. Are there any particular comparisons you'd like to see under the magnifying glass of my body-weighted score? Maybe a master wooden coaster comparison? The best old rides for old bodies? Comment below. I'm Ryan, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the parks.